Well, Yvonne, two former senior editors from Stan News, Chung, Pui-Kuen and Patrick Lamb, as well as the parent company of Stan News, Best Pencil, have now been found guilty of conspiracy to publish seditious material. Now, they entered not guilty pleas in October 2022. So this case, this trial, has been going on and off now for nearly 2 years, and the verdict was delayed several times. Now that they've been found guilty, they are facing jail terms of up to 2 years. And it's a very significant development because it is the first time that there has been a verdict under this colonial-era sedition law involving a media outlet since Britain handed Hong Kong back to China in 1997. Now, Chung Pui-Kuen actually gave evidence. He was in the witness stand for more than 30 days, and he argued that Stan News had only reported truth and facts. But in a summary of the judgment, the court says it found that Stan News had become a tool to smear and vilify Beijing and Hong Kong authorities during those enormous protests in 2019. Now, Chung Pui-Kuen was present in court today for this verdict. Patrick Lamb was not, due to medical reasons, but his lawyer read out a mitigation letter on his behalf. In that letter, Patrick Lamb says news workers not only have to take responsibility for their stories. If we know that the public has a right to know but deliberately avoid reporting it, that is also a dereliction of duty. Because of this, the only way for a journalist to defend press freedom is through reporting.
Kathleen, what reaction have we seen to the verdict?
Well, Steve Lee of Hong Kong's National Security Police has said that it's a positive development. He says it actually will help press freedom because it has clarified what issues might be considered seditious. But overall, it's really drawn a lot of criticism. Human Rights Watch has responded, calling the verdict another milestone in Hong Kong's alarming deterioration of basic rights, and calling on the Hong Kong and Beijing authorities to halt their crackdown on the city. Now, the prosecution's argument or case in this trial centred on 17 articles that they say had seditious content. They were published in 2020 and 2021 and included commentary and also features and interviews with some former lawmakers, pro-democracy lawmakers, including Ted Hui, who now lives in Adelaide working as a lawyer. And I spoke to him a little bit earlier about what he thinks about this outcome.
It's symbolic in terms of reflecting Hong Kong's deteriorating freedom of speech and freedom of press in Hong Kong, and noting that this case doesn't target only the media organization Stan News, it also targets the editor-in-chief and the deputy editor-in-chief. It's a sign that journalists in Hong Kong are not safe anymore. No matter it's local journalists or expat journalists, they can be prosecuted, and they can be convicted and put to jail anytime. And this threat is imminent, and this threat is very real.
Kathleen, can you tell us a bit more about how significant this case is and what it means for press freedom in Hong Kong?
Well, it really has been criticised as another blow to press freedom in Hong Kong. Obviously, once upon a time, Hong Kong was reputed for having a vibrant, liberal media scene. It used to be considered 18th in the World Press Freedom rankings, which are prepared by Reporters Without Borders. That has, in the last 20 years, dropped to 135th out of 180 countries. So an enormous erosion of press freedom that's already occurred in Hong Kong, really in the last 5 or so years at its worst. Stan News, of course, closed down in 2021 on the back of those raids and the arrests of these staff. Other outlets have closed down, namely, most significantly, Apple Daily, which was a long-standing pro-democracy newspaper. And the founder of that newspaper, Jimmy Lai, He is in jail in Hong Kong. He's currently on trial for national security offences. Now, at 76, if he's found guilty, he is facing a life sentence in prison in Hong Kong. So that's the next big trial that people will really be watching very closely.
Kathleen Calderwood, thank you.